Grace and peace, family. Grace and peace. Assalamu alaikum. Shalom. Ma'at hotep. Namaste. Free the land, beloved. Come on in, come on in, come on in. My name is Vicki Dillard, and I'm a very proud contributor right here on FlyNubianQueenTV.com, the network for melanated women just like you. A little bit of housekeeping as you come in. Please come in giving us a thumbs up, thumbs up. Be sure to like, be sure to share. Also, we want you to text the word Queens to 31996 so that you're able to receive phone notifications when we go live from time to time. Also, we want you to know that we have a store and a school. The store is shopfnq.com, where you can receive all types of apparel and product from us, shopfnq.com. Also, our school, business school, is flynubianbusiness.com. That's flynubianbusiness.com. Thank you so very much for checking out each of these, Black family. My name is Vicki Dillard, and I'm typically here weekdays, 6:30 p.m. Eastern time. Sometimes I change up the times depending on medical stuff that's going on. But I came on today, even though I've got a surprise that I'll be sharing with you later in the week. Some amazing news that I want to share with you. And so there's going to be some changes here as it relates to me and the Vicki Show here shortly. So stay tuned for that. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Vicki X Dillard. That's Vicki X Dillard. Shout out to you, Black family, on my Instagram page. Instagram, I want you to get ready to come on over to FlyNubianQueenTV.com because I'm going to need to use this device. Instagram, get ready to come on over to FlyNubianQueenTV.com. Black family, we're still in this season of what? Hashtag HU 2020. How many of you all know what that is? Hashtag HU 2020, Holy Uprising 2020. This is a very special time. This is a very special season. It is a special time and it is a special season because it is massive. Domestic and global Black resistance to systemic white supremacy, anti-Black racism, oppression, tyranny, and persecution. Holy. And I am so pleased to be alive. I am so pleased to be in the land of the living, where we are at a time where we are seeing the changing of a new world. Out with the world of white supremacy, out with the world of lies, out with the world of destruction and murder and death, and in with the world based on beautiful, glorious freedom, freedom, freedom. Black self-determination, justice, and divine equity amongst its people. This new world doesn't come in a vacuum. This world does not come to be, the reality of a new world does not come to be without our right now involvement. It does not happen without our energy. We don't just get to sit back and enjoy our oppression and just let our open enemy run roughshod over us without participating in this new world to come. Somebody Black talk Black to me. Amongst the Black nation, those who are our front linesmen are responsible for our protection and provision. Our first line of defense in the Black nation, in Black society, is the Black man. It does not make the Black woman in all of our glory, in all of our divine feminine power, irrelevant or less than. It just means there's an order to how these things come to be. As I've said many times before, our essence of the divine creator, of the supreme being, is the same. It derives from the God, because we too are gods. But our functions are different. Amongst those that are very strategic and integral in this shifting right now is the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. He has been a perennial thorn in the side of white supremacy. And that is not even a question. In this new world, our open enemy wants to continue to have the power to name. Do y'all know what I'm getting ready to talk about right now? I told you before that the power to name is the prerogative of a God. In the beginning, God said, God said, God said, and the responsibility of naming was given to God's vice regent or his representative on the planet. So the white man, who literally named us and codified us as property, enjoys calling us different names. When you name something, you determine its function. And you also, believe it or not, have the power to determine the limits or the capacity of a thing. Just like we saw in the movie Roots, there was a big fight over whether or not our beloved brother was going to accept his name, Kuta Kinte, or Toby. Somebody talk black to me. And so now we see them trying to name black folk as thugs, as criminals, as anti-Semitic, as misogynist, as homophobic, as toxic masculinity. But we reject those names. Those are things that you made up in the corner in order to control us. When you call black folk homophobic, baby, we're the most loving people on the planet. When you've murdered us, we say we forgive you. When you knocked our eyes out of socket and messed with our brain, we say, can we just all get along? We reject this notion that we are somehow afraid of these other people groups that you've labeled, that you've made up. That's your way of controlling us. And so now we have one of CNN's stars, Jake Tapper, this white man that fixes his lips against a black revolutionary. Jake Tapper came out and started running his mouth again. Somebody say again. Jake Tapper is a repeat offender, trying to control and tell black folk who we can listen to, and trying to prevent, frustrate, and foil our getting together and us determining, without white supremacists meddling, who are our leaders and how we're going to reach our own promised land. Jake Tapper, it's a new day. I know you're used to butting your nose as the global snooper. We know you're used to butting your nose in our black business, but we want to encourage you like we've done for a long time on the Vicky Show. MYOWB. Somebody put it in the chat. Instagram, come on over to flynubianqueentv.com. I'm going to need to use this device. We're getting ready to get into it. Instagram, come on over to flynubianqueentv.com. Thank you so much. Listen. As I post this on my Instagram page really quick, inviting folk to come on over to flynubianqueentv.com. Shout out to you, Jack, for your gift. I bless it 1,000-fold. As I'm doing this, family, on the count of 3, for those of you that haven't, please hit the thumbs up button. And if you happen to be watching us on another platform where the show is played, please make sure that you like, share, and subscribe on the count of 3. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. Thumbs up, thumbs up. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Please like and share. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Thank you so very much for tuning in to the Vicky Show here on flynubianqueentv.com. We're so appreciative that you have joined us today, Black family. I won't be before you long. I was not feeling well for the last few days and actually was not going to come on today, but I'm pushing myself right now and trying to get some things together for later on in the week. So let me get to the point very quickly. I deem this the most important subject to discuss, and I don't want you I don't want you to miss the profundity of the moment in our conversation today. Are y'all hearing me? Very, very important. Now watch this. So as I was determining what my topic was going to be today, after all, when I said I was going to go live, I wasn't going to go live, but I decided to come on and go live. Not feeling too well. I decided to switch up my topic. You all know I stay on top of exposing white supremacists in law enforcement and the police department and so forth. But I know that we have other contributors that talk about that as well. But I'm always going to be able to give my perspective on things as well. Some of you were sending me messages wanting me to discuss certain things. You know who you are. Shout out to my sister whose name starts with an A. So give me a moment and I'll be sure to hit that back up in due course. Shout out to you, Silent D Production, for your gift. I bless your gift 1,000-fold. And others that are giving. Watch this. So what I want you to understand, dear family, is that there are enemies and there are those that will meddle in our business. The reason why we have white folk to meddle in our business is because they want to obstruct Black liberation. How many of you all know that years ago, it was against the law for more than like 3 to 5 Black folk in different spaces to meet without a white person present? How many of you all know that? How many of you all know that they are nosy and they plant themselves in our business because they know they're dead wrong and they want to discourage us from plotting to be free? Somebody talk Black to me. Any person that would rise up to speak on behalf of Black folk, they always receive resistance from white supremacy. When you see them attack a Black person back to back to back, that is a clue to exactly who you ought to be listening to. It doesn't mean, beloved, oh, baby, we're holding court today. This is a place of power for real. This is the place of authority for real. I said to you before, and I've had this gavel since the beginning of the Vicky Show. This was a revelation that I received, beloved, I don't know, maybe 12, 13, 14 years ago. So this has been an intricate part of my life. This is nothing new. But this is a profound symbol of a reality. God, today, I said this is a profound symbol of a reality of where real power and legislation goes down. I want you to know that when Black folk speak, not Jake Tapper. Somebody talk Black to me. Please send him this link. Please send this to CNN. Please give this to his sister girl, Angela Rye and stuff. Please send this link to Van Jones and Bakari Sellers and Victor Blackwell and all of those black face folk on CNN. We want the Black folk at CNN to check your boy, Jake Tapper, if you will. See, power is right cheer. That's from the Victionary. Real power, real authority is from the ground up. It's from the grassroots of Black society. Are y'all hearing me today? And we want you to know, Jake Tapper, you ain't running nothing. MYOWB. Mind your own white business. White people, y'all got a lot going on in your communities. The numbers in the white world we show in terms of the world's #1 terrorist. Is the white man. These are just facts. It's not them folks over there in Afghanistan. It's not Al-Shabaab, those Africans that you want to pretend like is doing everything to America. No, the world's #1 terrorist is the white man. The world's #1 thug that's stealing folks' money all through Wall Street and throughout the banking systems and other economic areas is typically white men. The ones that we've got to watch in the Catholic Church throughout Hollywood. Somebody talk black to me. That's trying to introduce sexual deviancy into our community. You all make up the main profile of that. I'm talking about facts. So because you've got so much going on in your community, these are just some of the things. We want you to focus on what y'all got going on. We want you to focus on your community. Your community needs attention. So we want you to mind your own business. Vicki, what's going on today? Let me show you what's going on today. I know I didn't send out a post today. I'm going to be changing up some stuff, Black family. You all know that the Vicki Show is here weekdays right here on FlyNubianQueenTV.com. So I look for you here. And I trust that you are going to be the ones to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much. Listen to this. Listen to this. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news, reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Let me get on into it. So earlier today, I was going through Twitter, and guess what I saw? Jake Tapper. Y'all know who Jake Tapper's funny looking self is? Y'all know who Jake Tapper, CNN's little TV host? Who Jake Tapper? Who Jake Tapper? Let me show you his picture. I'm not going to be before you long. Let's look at his funny looking self, little miserable looking thing. Brand new self. Brand new self. Little brand new. Look at that new. 1,300 of you in the chat. Welcome to the Vicki Show. Family, please keep giving us a thumbs up, liking, and sharing. No matter what platform you're watching us on, no matter what time of the day or during the week that you happen to be watching this episode, please share, subscribe, and like. Thank you so very much. This is Jake Tapper. Thank you, Ralph, for your gift. I bless your gift 1,000-fold. Ralph says, thank you for the truth. Oh, you're so welcome, beloved. Listen. Let's listen to little Jake. So Jake Tapper is big mad because the greatest Black man I know on the planet that was a blessing to me from a distance. See, I want to be very clear. I don't speak on behalf of the Nation of Islam. I am nobody that's anointed or appointed to be the spokesperson for anybody in the Nation of Islam. But I speak for truth. Somebody talk black to me. Shout out to you, Zulu, for your gift. All of you that are supporting Black media. Love you, V. I love you back. Keep the party jumping. Bring out the truth. Yes, indeed. But I do know that even when I was locked up, it was the Nation of Islam's newspaper that I ate day and night, that fed me truth and wisdom. While I was locked up, it was those videos, those that they let through the prison, because they were trying to censor his voice and censor certain DVDs that you could watch in prison from Minister Farrakhan and the Nation of Islam. Even when I was in the belly of the beast, somebody talked black to me. I know of countless other men and women for 60 some odd years who he has blessed in real ways. Lives to the tune of millions. So I take it kind of personal when our open enemy fixes their lips to try to criticize somebody that's speaking and doing things on behalf of black people. So this is this mighty man that I love and appreciate. So let's talk very briefly. Minister Farrakhan is preparing to address the world July 4th. And it's going to air live on NOI.org, July 4th at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. I said he's going to address the world. And so it's been getting a lot of attention, and a lot of mainstream white folks have got a lot to say about it. Somebody talk black to me. So while we've been discussing on social media and elsewhere, inviting folk to tune in to this global address from Minister Farrakhan on July 4th, Jake Tapper and the white supremacists that he apparently represents and is with decides that they're going to butt into black business. So Jake Tapper tweeted this out today. Jake Tapper. Let me pull it up. So Jake Tapper tweeted this, so you know I'm not lying. Y'all see that tweet there? 1,500 plus of you in the chat. Welcome to the Vicky Show. Thank you for liking, sharing, and subscribing. Thank you so much. Make sure that you hit that notification bell to receive all notifications, would you? Thank you so very much. Watch this. Watch this. So, Fox Soul, that's a black network for Fox News. Fox Soul agreed to air his address, right? So Fox Soul tweeted out live on Fox Soul, the Criterion, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan will deliver his message to America on July 4th at 11 a.m. Eastern. They tweeted that. You can see Fox Soul's tweet right there, right? Well, to that, at the top, Jake Tapper butts his nose in our business. Somebody say MYOWB. And so Jake Tapper tweets, Farrakhan is a vile, anti-LGBTQ, anti-Semitic misogynist. Why is a Fox channel airing his propaganda? Lord have mercy. Let's break this down real quick. I told you I'm not going to be here all day, baby. Wash my hair over the weekend. Trying to get some things together because of a surprise I'm going to tell you about later in the week. Getting some things together with my medical thing. Wasn't feeling real good, but I pressed my way on today. Didn't even get to curl my braids like I wanted to, but I pressed my way on today. Somebody talk black to me. Listen, because I love you. So that's why I'm going to go very quickly. Listen. Jake Tapper, CNN, little star, little host, said Farrakhan is a vile anti-LGBTQ, anti-Semitic misogynist who was a Fox channel. I mean, why is a Fox channel airing his propaganda? I was happy to see that Ice Cube responded as well. A whole lot of people responded as well. But I know a lot of you are enamored with certain stars. And even though I've talked about the minister all through the year in different forms, Vicky said about it. So Ice Cube tweeted this back to Jake Tapper. Shout out to Ice Cube for this. He said, "Watch your mouth, Jake." Somebody say, "Watch your mouth." Somebody please put me some lips in the chat. Somebody else put me some hush emojis in the chat. Somebody say, Jake Tapper. I want us to tweet all of this to Jake Tapper, CNN, and anybody else of his ilk. Jake, watch your mouth. Jake, watch your mouth. See, this is a new day, Black family. This is a new day. This is not about defending Minister Farrakhan, whether or not you are Muslim or not, or whether or not you have respect for Islam. This is not about an individual. This is about you understanding when someone is attacking an individual because of their love for Black people, because of their protection of Black people, because they're speaking on behalf of Black people. That's what this is about. And your slowness to recognize this is why we're so far behind in this war. Your failure to understand the profundity of the moment and the reason they continue to attack Minister Farrakhan. He's well into his 80s. Survived numerous assassination attempts that can be documented. Somebody talk Black to me. Made numerous Black businessmen and women and doctors and engineers. Is the head of a large number of schools, over 140, 150 some schools throughout the country and around the world. Somebody talk Black to me, give or take. Raises up farmers, has land where they're able to feed themselves, other essential businesses. Jake puts his lips, he puts his disgusting, his vile lips on someone that belongs to us. Jake Tapper, how dare you? You better watch your mouth. The day is over where you get to fix your lips against our Black heroes, our Black leaders. You don't even get to weigh in on it. You're not qualified to even suggest. You lower forms of life who say such lies against ours. You lower forms of life. You don't even get to make a suggestion to us. You aim our way. I decree and declare it's boomerang back in your direction. Jake, did Angela Rye tell you could weigh in on this? What makes Jake Tapper feel comfortable? Jake the Snake Tapper. Feel comfortable running his mouth. That day is over. That day of opening your mouth against those who mean something to us is over. 1,800 of you in the chat. Welcome to a very brief Vicky show. Please keep liking, sharing, and subscribing. So Jake Tapper is big mad that Minister Farrakhan is getting ready to address, I said, the globe. That means he's getting ready to address the Pope, Donald J. Trump, other presidents, other kings, other queens, other premiers, other heads of state, Israel, Palestine, North America, South America, Europe, Asia, Africa. I said he's getting ready to address the planet. Now, first things first, this is our planet. The black man and the black woman. And so for the last several centuries, and if you want to get real technical, it's really been the last 6,000 years. Strangers have been running our planet. We've been pleased to share the planet with others. We've been pleased to live with other darker peoples of the planet in peace and in harmony. But the latest creatures of our planet have done very real damage to it, especially by and through the lie of white supremacy. But it's that world is going out. It's going out quickly. Somebody talk black to me. And the owners of this planet, based on freedom, justice, and equality, we're taking our place. We're being enthroned. We're being situated back on our planet to do justice. It's written. And of course, we know these white supremacists and these outbursts of white rage verifies exactly that. The reason that they're freaking out is precisely what's written in Revelation, that the devil knows his time is short. Are y'all hearing me today? In fact, it's Revelation 12:12, where it says, for the devil is come down. It says, therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. For the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath. Somebody say great wrath. Because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. Can I prophesy to you? I said, therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. I love you back, Robert Lewis, and all of you that are giving. I bless your gifts 1,000-fold. Listen. And so we're seeing outbursts of white rage. And we see some of our people are very afraid. These bursts of white rage, we're seeing some of our people freaking out, very afraid. Listen, black family, it is written, are y'all hearing me today? In James 4, that if you submit to God, resist the devil, and he will flee. The fact that you are afraid of this stranger on our planet is proof of the indoctrination, of the mind control, and of the possession that you're experiencing. But I'm here to do the Lord's work and cast out that demon of fear in you. Somebody talk black to me. The first thing we've got to get rid of is the scared to death in our midst. And the only way fear tends to go is through knowledge. You've got to understand, first of all, who the real God is and who the real devil is. I submit to you that the reason they keep attacking the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan is because he keeps making known who the real God is and who the enemy of God is. So these attempts to censor him, these attempts to shut his mouth, baby, is an attempt to keep you distracted and misdirected, black family. I say what's written. Ye are God's children of the Most High. But Psalm 82 says, Psalm 82 is a rebuke from the supreme God to the little gods, the little g's, because he says you've allowed the planet to get off course because of injustice. So in that text where he lets you know that you are God's, he also lets you know that it is your responsibility to establish order and righteousness on our planet. So Jake Tapper does a most blasphemous thing. You can get a mug like this, family, at shopfnq.com. That's shopfnq.com. Thumbs up, family. Would you keep liking and sharing? 1,900 plus of you in the chat, I believe it was just a second ago. On the count of three, for those of you that haven't, please hit that thumbs up button. On the count of three, for those of you that haven't, please hit that thumbs up button, like and share. 1, 2, 3, thumbs up. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Thank you, Miss Danks. I want to support and encourage you to keep going, sister. Thank you for your kind words, and I bless your gift 1,000-fold. Keep liking and sharing. Don't forget, if you're watching us on another platform at a different time in a different place where the show is shown and aired, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much. Listen. So Jake Tapper, who needs to mind his own white business and stop butting in black business. Quit trying to dictate to black people who our leaders are. Stop trying to prevent us from listening to people. We don't want your white meddling, Jake. We're not dumb or ignorant. Where we need your guidance, you're new. I don't take my orders from the people that chopped off the body parts of my ancestors. Shout out to you, Timothy Muhammad. I bless your $50 gift 1,000-fold. He said, teach, sister. We don't take orders from the people that chopped off our fathers' penises. We don't take our orders from the people that raped our mothers, impregnated them, and then used their very breast to wet nurse their children. We don't take our orders from the people that set up sexual assault, rape amongst our mothers and fathers and amongst the white man and our black mothers. We don't take our orders from the people that burned us at the stake and crucified us and barbecued us. Baby, we're not taking any suggestions. You are not even qualified to point this direction. We say to you respectfully, it's in your best interest, Jake, to mind your own white business. You don't even have clearance. But Jake is not the only one, y'all. You all know I've done several shows since I've been on this network. I've explained to you in recent history, well, The View constantly attacks Minister Farrakhan. This 85, 86-year-old man, they're still talking about in 2020 and 2019. I've done shows telling you how not too long ago, Saturday Night Live did a skit trying to disparage him. I'm talking about in recent history. I told you not too long ago how Netflix was supposed to carry a special because he is a master violinist, and they were supposed to be carrying this beautiful special about his musicianship, and they at the last minute pulled it because of white Jewish organizations that the New York Times named. The New York Times exposed that it was them that put pressure on Netflix to pull it. I told you not too long ago that Amazon refuses to sell some of the books that are directly or indirectly related to Minister Farrakhan. Somebody talk black to me, particularly the series about the secret relationship between blacks and Jews. Nobody is sitting here disrespecting the religion of Islam, of Christianity, or Judaism. Why? Because they're all invented and come by us, from us. disrespect anybody's religion. The consciousness of a greater source, of a supreme being, came from us. And every single religion has been tainted by white supremacy. Talk black to me. You don't get to lay claim on something that has its origin in us. So Vicky is not going to focus on Jews, Judaism, and anti-Semitism. I'm going to focus on the racist elements of every religion and every people group and every area of people activity. My focus is not that Jake Tapper is a Jew. My focus is the fact that Jake Tapper is acting as a suspected white supremacist. What we know is there is no area that escapes white supremacy, which is why that whole wall has to be undone and a new one. Every day we look up, we're finding a new law enforcement agency that's in there doing something against black people. We see a new police officer that's murdering someone. We're finding secret tapes of them plotting to kill us and shoot us. We're finding those in the military where it's been infiltrated with white supremacists. We're finding those that are in Wall Street that's infiltrated with white supremacy. We're finding governors and mayors and Donald J. Trump, who just finished retweeting a tweet that said white power. Donald Trump himself said that he's a nationalist. His people are open white nationalists. He hires white supremacists as his strategists and so forth. So every day, family, we keep looking up saying, why is there another murder? Why is there another lynching? Why is there another confession? Why is this another white person trying to kill a black person? Because the whole entire thing is thoroughly corrupt and infected with white supremacy. So those of you that are trying to retrofit white supremacy, those of you that's trying to fix white supremacy, you are fighting against what God said. For it is written that God said he was going to judge that nation. Black folks, we wake up every day shocked. That is another story. It's proof of how long the tentacles of white supremacy reach and why the whole damn system, as it's written, as the hashtag is guilty. The war of the gods has been going on. When I say gods, what do we mean? What do we mean, family? When I say gods, I'm talking about what? One with what? Force and power. That's what's happening. They're sitting there talking about we need new police reform. We need new police training. We need new laws so that we can vote without interference. They're trying to suppress our votes. Oh, we did have the civil rights laws passed in the 60s. Oh, we did have the voter law, but the Supreme Court gutted the part of it that had the teeth. Every 5 seconds, we're having to fight for a new law. Is that right, family? The more laws a nation has, that lets you know just how deep the wicked are in that nation. The more righteous a nation is, the fewer laws that it has. Because, see, you're guided by the Spirit. See, when your nature is that of God, you don't have every little thing doesn't need to be regulated in your life. 2,000 of you, welcome to the Vicky Show. Thumbs up, thumbs up. Be sure to like and share. We're so pleased that you're with us today. Follow me on Instagram, would you, at Vicky X Dillard. And please make sure you subscribe to my personal YouTube channel at Vicky Dillard. Most importantly, I want you to make sure that you like, share, and subscribe here on FlyNubianQueenTV.com. And make sure that you hit all notifications because I'm not the only queen here. And I want you to be able to receive their content as well. Thumbs up, thumbs up. Listen, listen. So Jake Tapper tweets. What did he tweet? What did Jake tweet? Jake Tapper tweeted to Fox Soul. Let me pull it back up. Because Fox Soul had agreed to air Minister Farrakhan's 4th of July message where he's going to address the world, right? So Jake Tapper of CNN got big mad at Fox Soul. And I don't want you to forget what he said, because I want to get the tweet right. So what did Jake's funny looking self say again? Farrakhan, he said, is a vile. Watch the first thing he called Minister Farrakhan. Watch the first thing, the first accusation Jake Tapper said of Minister Farrakhan. What does it say, class? A couple of thousand of you in the building today. I know there's some intelligent Black people, and perhaps thousands will watch it later on several of our other platforms. What does it say? What's the first ad hominem? What's the first thing he says about our minister? About our friend? Y'all see it? Thumbs up, family. Keep liking and sharing. What's the first thing he says? He says Farrakhan is a vile anti-LGBTQ. This is the reason why I tell some of you Black folks that have all of these conflicts and all of these other labels, the LGBTQ, all of these labels that they have Black folks associate themselves with. LGBTQ is also a group that white folks are able to say they're a part of. So white folks get to come off looking like victims when you allow those other miscellaneous associations to take precedence over being Black first. Somebody put B1 in the chat. This is why they try to use that. Farrakhan is a what? A vile anti-LGBTQ. Has Jake Tapper ever said these exact words about Donald J. Trump? Sounds like that's who you're really referring to here. First thing he says, he's invoking the LGBTQ. None of us disrespects the LGBTQ. We love all of our brothers and sisters over there. The problem we have is when you try to use that agenda to usurp the 500-year demand of Black people. We know that some of you are invoking these other labels so that you guys can dilute the justice claim and the justice cry and your responsibility to Black folk because of anti-Black racism. Somebody say hashtag no Black anti-racism. Just because somebody may not disagree with your lifestyle doesn't mean he's disrespected you. How has Farrakhan been responsible for blowing up anybody's Twin Towers? Has Farrakhan been responsible for poisoning you, Black America? Has Farrakhan brought any heroin and drugs into your neighborhood like the White House and the CIA did? Did Farrakhan invent COINTELPRO and BIE, Black identity extremism, where they disrupt and they destroy and they murder the lives of Black people and Black organizations? Is Minister Farrakhan responsible for the murders, for putting out there, demanding the murder of innocent Black people like Donald Trump did? Is Minister Farrakhan responsible for paying back millions of dollars because Donald Trump's firm, his real estate firm, was found even under the Nixon administration to be a racist and discriminating against Black tenants? No, baby. Is Minister Farrakhan responsible for paying almost a dozen women for knocking them up, paying for their abortions like Donald Trump? Is Minister Farrakhan credibly labeled a rapist like Donald Trump and an admitted sexual assaulter? I'm gonna need somebody Black to talk Black to me. But Jake Tapper, they call Donald Trump Mr. President. They're very careful not to quote unquote disrespect Donald Trump. They're very measured in their critique of him. They're never this wild and disrespectful of that piece of feces that's in the White House. 2,100 of you in the chat. Thumbs up. Keep liking and sharing. First thing he says, Farrakhan is a vile anti-LGBTQ. Watch the next thing. Anti-Semitic. I did several shows. Google it. Pull up Vicky Dillard. Pull up Farrakhan, where I break down how that's a lie, saying that he's anti-Semitic. First of all, there are black Jews. I'm going to keep it short on that. Shout out to you, 757 Trucker. I bless your gift 1,000-fold. Judaism is a black originally religion, if we're going to call it that. I know some of my Hebrew people are here, and I know that you all are very technical with those terms, and I know that you all recognize that even at that time, the letter J did not exist. But because we're dealing with modern parlance, because we're dealing with modern language, and because I understand that the average person point of reference in understanding the religion of Judaism would be, they will understand what I'm saying better if I use the phrase Judaism, but I'm showing respect and an understanding to its Hebrew connection. Listen, it has its start from black folk. We would never disrespect a religion, which is why, Jake, I'm not even going to deal with that, because Jake, you use that label to try to distract. You use that label in order to draw attention to another people group so that you don't have to deal with the sting of your anti-black racism. So the first thing that they do, Jake Tapper, is you're trying to make yourself the victim. We ain't gonna let that happen. Nobody, but nobody. Can somebody please put some zeros in the comment? Nobody, but nobody. Nobody, but nobody. No group, no people has experienced the level of inhumanity that we've experienced for as long as we've experienced. Nobody, but nobody. I said nobody has experienced the type of treatment we've experienced for as long as we have experienced it. I said nobody. So we're not even going to pay those ad hominem attacks any mind. God, today, then you had the nerve to call him a misogynist. So what was Jake Tapper trying to do? Jake Tapper was trying to marshal who? LGBT, that's one. Anti-Semitic, the Jews, the white Jews, that is, because don't forget, whenever they say that, they're ignoring the black Jews. That in and of itself is white supremacy. So that's a two group. And the third group is misogyny. So he's trying to marshal women. He's trying to marshal three powerful groups against Minister Farrakhan, all in one sentence. But Jake, we got your number. And that little small town stuff is not going to work over here. In fact, Jake, you're not recognizing that because you're giving it this attention. And my understanding is Fox Soul, they deleted their tweet. And based on one report that I pulled up, it said that they have now decided to cancel airing Minister Farrakhan's July 4th speech. According to this article I'm reading from the Daily Beast, it says Fox Soul cancels Farrakhan's speech after outrage from ADL, that's the Anti-Defamation League, and Jake Tapper. Now, I know some of you love to quote the Anti-Defamation League. The Anti-Defamation League, as all white supremacist organizations do, there's some truth that they say, and then and some of their facts and figures for some white supremacist organizations. That's what I'm saying. But when it comes down to the Nation of Islam and Minister Farrakhan, the ADL loves to attack our people. So the ADL purports itself to be an anti-racist organization at the same time attacking black folk. Thumbs up, family. Keep liking and sharing. And by the way, Reverend Al Sharpton over the weekend had Jonathan Greenblatt, one of the faces of the ADL, on his show. The very people that dog out our leaders, this is who Reverend Al Sharpton brought on just this past weekend. I tweeted about it before I even knew Jake Tapper tweeted this today. According to the Daily Beast, it says Fox TV's Black-oriented streaming service, Fox Soul, abruptly canceled a 4th of July program featuring Minister Louis Farrakhan on Monday after the Anti-Defamation League CEO Jonathan Greenblatt, I pronounced his name wrong the first time, and CNN's Jake Tapper, among other critics, slammed plans for a live broadcast of Farrakhan's speech titled Message to America. Quote, Louis Farrakhan, a notorious anti-Semite and homophobe, inexplicably continues to get airtime, Greenblatt tweeted. Do you all see how white folks create all these other groups just so that they can dilute and diminish anti-Black racism? Notice how even the ADL guy invokes all of these other xenophobic labels and nothing about the fact that he speaks on behalf of Black people. They want the people that experience some of the worst treatment that any human being has ever experienced for longer than any other person has experienced. They want us to take a back seat to what they say and do. How dare you? It's a new day, baby. And why is it that they're so afraid of Minister Farrakhan? What is it about this man that Netflix, The View, CNN, Fox News, MSNBC, I'm talking about in recent history, too many others to list, have attacked him? Black family, that's right, put it in the chat. Those that you know of that have recently attacked him. CNN, you wonder why Black folk in Atlanta protested in front of CNN? Do you wonder why some of the folks defaced CNN? Because CNN has been a mouthpiece for white supremacy. CNN has assisted in stereotyping and doing the job of media warfare against our people. And they continue to do it today by their support of Jake Tapper and CNN supporting him, because he has used that platform to attack our minister on a regular basis. But thank God for new Black media. 2,200 plus of you in the chat. Welcome to the Vicky Show. I want to go to Fox News Soul later to find out what they have to say about it. But based on some of the reports, the fact we know for sure they removed the tweet. Now there are articles that saying they've officially decided not to air it, even though at the time I wasn't for sure of that. So I'm gonna double check whether or not that's true, even though I'm reading to you from the Daily Beast that's saying that they did, they pulled out on airing it. But if Fox News Soul is supposed to be about Black people, and every time white people get mad at what Black people are talking about, can we really look at Fox News Soul as a legitimate outlet for Black voices? Mind your own white business. Thank God for outlets such as this one that will tell our people the truth. Shout out to Ice Cube that told Jake Tapper, you watch your mouth. You don't come over here telling Black folk what to do. This is how they control us, Black people. They don't mind some of them Black bootlegs that they regularly let on the show. They can trust them because they're not going to get us to revolt against white supremacy. Any Black man they can't control. Any Black man that tells you to own your own. Any Black man that tells you to get out, to build your own Black business, teach your own schools. Any Black man that exposes who the real devil is. the opposer of black folk and black progress, and then shows you who the real God is going to be an enemy. Somebody talk black to me. Keep liking and sharing, Black family. Make sure that everybody hits that notification bell, would you? Hit the notification bell on FlyNubianQueenTV.com. And again, if you're watching us on another platform, that's it. You know, if my show is shown on another platform here pretty soon, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. And follow wherever you're watching us on. Follow me on Instagram at Vicky X Dillard and follow me on Twitter at Dillard Vicky. Would you? Thank you so much. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. He's not the only one. If you have children, beware. If you have children, beware. I want you. The voice that you're getting ready to hear right now is a leader of what's called the Americans Against Anti-Semitism, Dove Hikind, Hikind. This white man and his organization is absolutely terrified of Minister Farrakhan. So I want you to pay attention to all of these major networks, these major influencers, and how they trying to force Fox News, Fox Soul rather, not to air Minister Farrakhan. And so far, initially, it wasn't clear that they actually agreed not to do it, but it appears that they may have, according to this report that I just read you from, even though I told you before I need to still double check that, but that's based on one source so far. Watch this. I want you to listen to what this Dove Hikind said earlier today concerning Minister Farrakhan. Again, if you have children, beware. If you have children, beware of the language. Notice that every bit of these are lies. Don't get caught up in nothing but the fact that these are nothing but mouthpieces of white supremacy. And shame on you. But it's a new day, baby.
This cannot be. Fox Soul TV is sponsoring the minister of hate, the Goebbels of our time, the Hitler of our time, Louis Farrakhan, on Fox Soul TV on July 4th, Independence Day in America. He is going to speak to the nation. The minister of hate. How is that possible? How can Fox permit something like this? We call on Fox TV. We call on Fox Soul. Do not permit this man of the Nation of Islam, an organization that is classified as a hate organization. Do not permit this hater to appear on your station on national television. Please, we beg you. Fox Soul, stop it. Don't do it. This man is dangerous. This man is divisive. This man is filled with hate. He is the Hitler of our time. His hatred towards the Jewish people, towards people who are gay, and many others is known by everyone. How is this possible? Fox Soul TV, Louis Farrakhan? No way.
So, Black family, in response to that, I want to encourage you guys to tune in July 4th at 11 a.m. Eastern Time at NOI.org. Please tell everyone. It is written that God plans, that the enemy plans, but the Most High plans, and He is indeed the best of planners. Do you hear the fact that this funny-looking rodent said that Minister Farrakhan is the Hitler of our time? They said that he was the Goebbels of our time. For those of you that don't know your history, Goebbels was basically the propaganda minister with the Nazis and so forth. They're likening him to that. got to take you to scripture, Black family, to know what's going on. I got to take you to scripture, Black family, so that you will know what's going on. I've told you before. I love you back, Karen. 2,300 plus of you in the chat. Welcome to the Vicky Show. Thumbs up, thumbs up. Keep liking and sharing. I'm almost finished. Thumbs up, thumbs up. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. I got to take you to scripture. I got to remind you what I've always said. You all that listen to me know that when I'm referring to scripture, it's not from a religious context. Those things that have been prophesied, when you understand the right interpretation of the scriptures. So you can't take the interpretation of your open enemy of the scriptures. Then you're going to get it all wrong. The tampering that they did with it, baby. No, baby, we're not doing it that way. We're giving you the right interpretation. Those are hints and clues that our beloved ancestors left for us. They let us know in John 8:4 that the devil or the opposer is a liar. It says he was a murderer from the beginning, not holding the truth, for there is no truth in him. When he lies, he speaks his native language, for he is a liar and the father of lies. We see him lying. He likens Minister Farrakhan to Adolf Hitler. Black family, did y'all hear what I said?
This cannot be. Fox Soul TV is sponsoring the minister of hate, the Goebbels of our time, the Hitler of our time, Louis Farrakhan, on Fox Soul TV on July 4th.
Notice how they're projecting. Notice how they are projecting. In other words, the things that they're accusing Minister Farrakhan of, they are that themselves. Let me tell y'all something. I want you to listen to this. Do you remember a few months ago, I shared with you what not too many people have shared and are sharing for some strange reason? I sounded the alarm last year about an Intercept article that came out the end of 2019. As soon as I got a hold of the article, I blasted it. This piece from the Intercept, do you see it here? Says the FBI spends a lot of time spying on Black Americans. This was just written in October 29th of 2019. This piece by the Intercept. The FBI spends a lot of time spying on Black Americans. I told you all last year and sometime before that what was going on with the Black identity extremism. So many other folk have, some of the other Black outlets have talked about BIE's Black identity extremism as well. But listen, this particular piece I have been discussing. The FBI, it says, has come under intense criticism after a 2017 leak exposed that its counterterrorism division had invented, somebody say invented, a new unfounded, somebody say unfounded, division. I'm going to read that again. After a 2017 leak exposed that its counterterrorism division had invented a new unfounded domestic terrorism category it called Black identity extremism. Since then, legislators have pressed the Bureau's leadership to be more transparent about its investigation of Black activists, and a number of civil rights groups have filed public records requests to try to better understand who exactly the FBI is investigating under that designation. Although the Bureau has released hundreds of pages of documents, it continues to shield the vast majority of those records from public scrutiny. I exposed this last year. I refer to it from time to time. Watch this. It says that the sheer volume of documents those surveillance efforts have produced, the sheer volume of documents those surveillance efforts have produced is troublesome, advocates say. The last batch of FBI documents obtained by the American Civil Liberties Union and the racial justice group Media Justice and shared with The Intercept reveals that between 2017 and 2018, somebody say that's just the other day, remember, the document of the government's, the FBI's secret program, Black Identity Extremism, remember it was leaked August 2017. That means they didn't want you to know about it. It was leaked. But even after then, between 2015 and 2017, the FBI dedicated considerable time and resources to opening a series of, quote, assessments into activities of individuals and groups it mostly labeled Black separatist extremists. This designation was eventually folded into the category of Black identity extremism. Earlier this year, following an onslaught of criticism from elected officials, civil liberties advocates, and even some law enforcement groups, the FBI claimed that it had, quote, abandoned the quote, Black identity extremism label, substituting it for racially motivated violent extremism. This is your government in your day and in your time. Before a lot of these recent videos exposing secret conversations of law enforcement agents and military white supremacists, I was out here screaming and hollering, telling you guys that this document was sent to nearly 20,000, because it's about 18,000 or so law enforcement agents officially, but it was sent to approximately all of those, nearly 20,000 law enforcement agencies. This document. So some of you that are surprised that all of these different law enforcement agencies on a local level, on a state level, and on a federal level, and in the military, they're involved in all kinds of anti-Black murder. I was sounding the alarm specific to these documents that were released. I said this is between 2015 and 2018. It says what the FBI dedicated considerable time and resources. I said considerable time, the investigation found considerable time and resources. It said it claimed that it was first focused on those mostly labeled Black separatist extremists. What organization is out here talking about separation? What organization is out here talking about getting away from these fools and building a world and a reality of our own? And then it says, the article goes on to say, but then it did what? It then turned it said this designation was eventually folded into the category of Black identity extremism. Keep listening. Thumbs up, thumbs up. Keep liking and sharing. The part I want you to hear is the whole entire article is disturbing. But this one is particularly insightful, this part of the article. Watch this. Remember, it said between 2015 and 2018, the FBI dedicated considerable time and resources to opening a series of assessments into the activities of individuals and groups it mostly labeled Black separatist extremists. This designation was eventually folded into the category of Black identity extremism, right? Listen. Throughout the documents, the FBI repeats boilerplate warnings that some, quote, indicators of domestic terrorism may constitute the exercise of rights guaranteed by the First Amendment, and reminds agents that the FBI is prohibited from engaging in investigative activity for the sole purpose of monitoring the exercise of First Amendment rights. They're surveillancing. They were surveillancing. They are. Even so, the documents suggest that the Bureau did in fact, somebody say did in fact, target protected speech as part of its surveillance activities, at some point monitoring the October 2015 Million Man March in Washington, D.C. That article specifically lists the Nation of Islam, which by extension, of course, is Minister Farrakhan. This is not about whether or not you're a Muslim. This is about whether or not you are black. And I'm wanting to know why more attention is not being paid to this. That article in recent history specifically pointed that out. That the documents suggest that the Bureau did in fact target protected speech as part of its surveillance activities, at some point monitoring the October 2015 Million Man March in Washington, D.C. I said the 2015 one. It says, while most of the memo concerning the march is redacted, the document does refer to the, quote, violent rhetoric and nature of the event, even though the march was, in fact, a non-violent demonstration that drew tens of thousands to the Capitol to commemorate the original 1995 event and protest a series of high-profile police killings of black men. It showed that they lied then, saying they're violent, and it's showing right now that those big mouth white supremacists, suspected white supremacists that's trying to diss Minister Farrakhan, lying, saying that he is the Goebbels and the Hitler of our time. Do you all see the nature of these white supremacists? Some would call them white suspected supremacists, white supremacists. They lied in those documents. Why do they lie? So that they would use that to act against us. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, family. 2,300 plus of you in the chat. Welcome to the Vicky Show. I'm typically here weekdays, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time, right here on FlyDuPingQueenTV.com. Thank you for joining us on this network, on this platform. If you're watching us on one of our other platforms, wherever you're watching us on today, please like, share, and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram, please, at Vicky X Dillard, and be sure to subscribe to VickyDillard.tv as well. That's VickyDillard.tv. Listen. The fact that Jake Tapper came out along with this other funny-looking anti-black man to make some of the most horrific statements that cannot be believed. Why would they say such things? They're trying desperately to get you not to listen. Even though Minister Farrakhan shows respect to all peoples of the world, because his assignment is definitely to speak on behalf of the black man and the black woman in America. But he lets the world knows that their salvation, their well-being is tied to justice for black people. White people are out here running their mouths, trying to censor black people. I want us to send this link to CNN. Send this link to whoever you think needs to hear it and say, why are you trying to censor black folk? This is white folk doing what they do. This is what white supremacists do. They don't want us listening to someone that teaches us not to rely on them. The reason you don't hear the bootlicks get upset that they're attacking Minister Farrakhan, the reason why certain black folks are silent and should be outraged, is because Minister Farrakhan is not telling you that the first line of defense is running out to vote. Your black bootlicks, it's only your black bootlicks that's out there doing that. He's telling you to rely on yourself and your God. Somebody talk black to me. Some of you scared to death Negroes, you bootlicks, you bones and biscuits. Sit. I said sit. Stand down. I said stand down. Those of you that are scared to death, stay scared. Just shut up and stand down. The reason why some of you all are scared is because in your mind you've made the white man God. The reason why some of you all are scared to death is because in your own mind you've made the white man God. But it is written, James 4, what? Submit to God, resist the devil, and he will what? And he will what? Resist the devil and he will what? I don't see the answers in the chat. I want you to talk black to me. Resist the devil and he will do what? We haven't put up a unified enough and a strong enough resistance. Some of you all have not dared try to breach the power of this white man that you've made an altar in your own mind. You've made him God. They're tripping right now because of their monuments, their white images. And right now we challenge another more important image that is of your white Jesus. They understand that your subconscious is programmed, even if your conscious mind isn't. That when you see a white Jesus, whether you're conscious of it or not, you are automatically giving deference to white folk as divine and as if they're God. In black society, we're taught what not to do so that we don't anger white people. The reason why Barack Obama openly denounced Minister Farrakhan at the urging of Hillary Clinton during a debate. Shout out to you, Timothy, for your $50 gift. I bless it 1,000-fold. When Hillary Clinton was running for president with Barack Obama, during a debate, she forced Barack Obama to denounce Minister Farrakhan. You all know that white folks made Barack Obama, in order to make white folks feel comfortable, Barack Obama distanced himself from his own pastor, Reverend Jeremiah Wright, and Minister Farrakhan. Repeatedly. Why? To make white folks comfortable and to get racist white folks' votes. See, we're trained in this world to tiptoe around white folk. We're trained in this world to submit to a subliminal Jim Crow. We're taught and programmed in this world to be okay with crumbs. We're taught when you encounter one of these killers, put your hands up. We're taught put your hands on the dashboard. We're taught not to make any sudden moves. We're taught to say yes, sir, no, sir, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. We're taught to say I'm not armed. We're taught don't sag. We're taught not to wear a hat a certain way. Everything we're taught and programmed is to tiptoe around white supremacy. We ain't doing that no more, baby. We're resisting. The problem is we've been taught not to even try their powers. We're taught not to even test their powers. We're taught not to even test their limits. But let me tell you something. Shout out to you, HP Emmanuel, for your gift. He says, build the war chest. Thank you for your $50 gift. That's exactly what you're doing by supporting Black media. I bless your gift 1,000-fold. Thumbs up, family. Let me tell you something. The trick of white supremacy is to control all of the power places, control the media, control television, control what you hear, control what you see. That creates an image. You deify white folk in your own mind. Thank you, Ruth, for your kind words. You deify white folk in your own minds. And so if you are automatically afraid of them, if you see them as impregnable, meaning you can't breach them, that they're unbeatable. Some of you don't know that they're actually beatable, but because they've created an environment to where they are deified their gods, you don't even try. In fact, you train your children. Don't anger them. Don't upset them. You can't beat them. You can't win against them. You can't compete against them. If a black person, even though Minister Farrakhan has survived documented assassination attempts, some of you fools say, and again, I'm no spokesperson for the nation, but some of you fools say, well, they didn't manage to kill him like they did King. They didn't kill him like they did Malcolm X. So he must be working with the government. You fool. Only a fool would say that, because that means, as my dear brother from some time back, Dr. Wesley, I heard say before, it's because you see the white man as God. Thumbs up, thumbs up. I gotta go, family. I gotta take some medicine and I'm not feeling well. Let me tell you something just before I go. There is a beautiful story of Elisha, the prophet. Again, when I'm talking from scripture, when I'm talking about the Holy Quran, when I'm talking about Bible, when I'm talking about some of the other ancient texts, I'm not speaking from a religious standpoint. I'm speaking, letting you, as I'm talking about it, I'm discussing it as it's intelligence. It's written intelligence that our ancestors left for us for such a time as this. We've been taught that it's something else. And it's because your open enemy got a hold of it, tampered with it, poisoned it. But listen to your black sister today. Watch this. Elisha, the prophet, teaches us a warfare strategy technique. Elisha, the prophet, calls for a competition of the gods. Y'all play too much. I said Elisha, the prophet, calls for a competition of the gods. How many of y'all know what I'm talking about? Mount Carmel, what y'all know about that? Talk black to me. Oh, y'all learned about it in Sunday school, some of you. Some of you all didn't know what you were reading. You didn't understand that there was a principle for us in our day and our time. 1 Kings, chapter 18. Read it later when you get a chance. And don't read it from some religious text. You read it for the principle that you can extract for today. In 1 Kings, it was a competition of the gods. Shout out to you, Yo Willie. I received what you just said. Listen. The contest on Mount Carmel. Black family, we don't recklessly get involved in fights with our open enemy. But the nature of this beast is why we're here. We would prefer that you would just submit. We would prefer that you just give justice. But you refuse to do the thing that would be in the benefit of all of us. You refuse. So there's this contest of the God in 1 Kings chapter 18. I won't go through the whole thing, but the long and short of it is, a government sends its media heads, it sends its powerful, it sends its prophets, it sets up its prophets rather, about 850 or so by some counts, 450 from one group and 400 from another, as it's written by some accounts. Watch this. And so Elisha makes the point, okay, here we go. I'm done fooling with y'all. I'm done fooling with y'all. He says something. He says, whatever God answers by fire, let him be God. And so on this Mount Carmel, they set up this altar. And Elisha gives the prophets of Baal and others a chance to call on his God to answer by fire. And as it's written, was considered to be the false gods, people and prophets. They cried out to their God for hours, from morning to evening, morning to afternoon. Somebody talk black to me. And nothing happened. Elisha started to mock them. They were there outnumbering him. He was just there as a single prophet in that moment on Mount Carmel. Their God didn't answer. Elisha sets up his altar, douses it in water, make them do it over and over and over and over and over again. The God answered by fire. He licked up not only the altar, but its surrounding area. Listen, I'm trying to get you all to understand that respect was gotten because of the natural and the supernatural. It is a perfect dance. In fact, he's the Lord of the dance. It's a perfect dance between the natural and the supernatural that has to take place for Black folks' deliverance, because we're more than what meets the eye. I want you to understand that the pain that we're going through is labor pains. I want to remind you, I know y'all like, Vicky, you say that all the time. I'm going to keep reminding you. I want you to understand that the pain that we're feeling right now, Black family, it will not last always, but it is becoming more and more intense because this baby that we're getting ready to deliver is almost ready to be born. It's almost ready to birth. And there's others that are intimidated by it. When we support and defend other Black folk, it doesn't matter if you agree with every single thing about that Black person. It is whether or not you can understand how important they are to the Black collective. And your silence when they're under attack, when they're speaking on behalf of Black folk, and when they're speaking specifically against white supremacy, your silence makes you also guilty. And it puts you at risk later on. I got to get ready to go, Black family. You do understand that white fragility, white supremacy is fragile. That's why some call it white fragility. It's fragile, it's weak, it's tenuous. And we're seeing that weakness in Jake Tapper's tweet and this other suspected white supremacist video. They don't want the Black gods to rise. They don't want true Black masculinity that shows respect to all people, but keep exposing who that man of sin is. The only one I know who I learned some of these teachings and secrets from, that's the greatest at doing the unveiling, is the man himself, Minister Farrakhan. I invite you to tune in July 4th, NOI.org, 11 a.m. Eastern, to hear as he addresses the world. I said the world. The authority lies with Black folk. Jake Tapper, you ain't running nothing, or those of your ilk. MYOWB, baby. Mind your own white business. And those of you that are scared to death, the first group that had to go in Gideon's army was a scared to death. Bye. The white man is not God. Our collective Black unity and our collective wisdom will cause us great success. I look forward to seeing you soon. Make sure you're subscribed to FlyNubianQueenTV.com. Check out our store at shopfnq.com and our business school at FlyNubianBusiness.com. I look forward to seeing you on my Instagram page at Vicky X Dillard, and follow me on Twitter at Dillard Vicky, and my Facebook fan page. Thank every single one of you so much for supporting Black media. You are my bliss. Let me go do my medical stuff real quick, Black family. I came to you in peace. I leave you in peace. Assalamu alaikum. Shalom. Ma'at hotep. Namaste. Breathe the land, beloved.